A Las Vegas mother is trying to hold Child Protective Services, or CPS, accountable after the death of her son. She says CPS could have helped prevent his murder.
The I-Team's Vanessa Murphy has this exclusive story you'll only see here on 8 News Now.
Paul Jones was on probation for child abuse when his son and daughter were taken from their mother and placed in his care. Months later, Jones would be arrested for the murder of his son, 13-year-old Aaron.
It's hard to believe my son is dead.
Dejanay Thomas is Aaron's mother. She and her attorney, Marjorie Hoff, sat down with the I-Team.
It's not something that I would ever understand.
Thomas says Aaron and his sister were removed from her care by Child Protective Services, or CPS, because she could no longer take medication for mental health needs due to a pregnancy. She claims Paul Jones had no prior relationship with the children before they were placed with him in June of 2016. This court document states he was awarded custody by CPS. He lived in this one-bedroom at the Siegel Suites with his wife and, according to a police report, 11 other children. The year before, he was arrested for abusing his stepdaughter, who claimed he hit her with a cable. Court records reveal he didn't even follow the rules for probation.
He ended up doing it again. This is why CPS shouldn't have never trusted that.
According to an arrest report, Jones did do it again, this time to Aaron. Detectives say they learned from several people Jones would punish Aaron by making him stand against a wall with his arms up while other children were encouraged to hit him with anything they chose. Aaron wasn't allowed to protect himself. By December of 2016, Aaron was missing, but no one told police. And according to detectives, Jones kept cashing Aaron's Social Security checks. In April of 2017, family members began a search of their own near the Jones home and discovered human remains.
Come to find out, when they tested the bone of the teeth, it was my son.
That's really hard to think about.
That is.
Paul Jones spoke with 8 News Now from jail shortly after his arrest in 2017.
It's like all fingers are pointing at me when I didn't do nothing to him.
Police say Jones later admitted to striking Aaron in the head, and when the boy wasn't responsive, he put his body in this desert area. Now Dejanay Thomas is suing Jones, along with Clark County, CPS, and several employees. The lawsuit alleges CPS didn't do a background check on Jones and never visited the two children after they were placed with him.
Not a single follow-up.
Whose fault is that?
That is CPS's fault.
What about the argument that CPS didn't harm the child, Paul Jones did?
CPS did harm the child. A child can't decide where they're going to live or where they're going to be placed. CPS absolutely made the decision to take this child and his sister and put them in a dangerous environment. That was not their choice. It was not their mother's choice.
2 CPS employees are specifically named in the lawsuit. Both still work there. According to a CPS spokesman, Carol Falcone is a senior family services specialist making nearly $85,000 a year. Paula Hammock is the assistant director making nearly $123,000. Also a plaintiff, Siegel Suites.
There's no way these kids were going through the horror that they were going through without there being some alert to the people that own that property.
The I-Team reached out to CPS about this case. A spokesman said he could not release specific information due to Nevada state law. He directed us to a child welfare disclosure form which reveals numerous contacts with the family since 2006.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
Hoff insists this lawsuit is aimed at fixing this system which could have saved Aaron.
They're failing at protecting our children. And if people like Dejanay aren't brave enough to take him to task for it, it'll continue to happen.
Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
We gave the county numerous chances to respond to the story on the record, and our request was repeatedly declined.
The district attorney's office is seeking the death penalty against Paul Jones. Jones's attorney is arguing that he is intellectually disabled and therefore cannot be given the death penalty.
A hearing to decide that is scheduled for March.